Nolan.
I'm doing great. First of all, thank you, TJ, for having me on this week. I mean, look, I first want to apologize for the clothes I'm wearing tonight. I wanted to wear something nicer. I didn't have time to go home, so I do apologize for that. In terms of this guy, I mean, I don't even know what to say to him. I'm going to let my answers speak for themselves, and he has no chance of winning. Folks,
Uh-oh.
it's over.
Uh-oh.
My panic meter right now is at a 10. Look, the offense is just terrible. Arch Manning can't hit a pass. He's throwing passes at receivers' feet. Can't hit a check down. Sark's play calling is just terrible. He's not an offensive mastermind at all. He kind of stinks at play calling, if I'm not being honest. 340 yards of offense against UTEP is terrible. 10 incompletions in a row against UTEP is abysmal. This offense stinks. The defense will keep the team in most games, but the fact is Texas will not be able to win every close game. They're going to probably drop a couple SEC games, and they just don't have a chance to win the national championship with this offense. They don't. It's over. Look, I thought about Carson Beck, John Mateer, Dante Moore out of Oregon, but I think pretty easily they're going to fall, kind of fall a little bit apart once conference play starts. I'm going to go with the guy who killed Texas in the national championship game last season. I like Gunnar Stockton. I think he's a dog. I think he has a great arm. He has a dynamic running ability. He just went to Neyland Stadium, a very hostile environment, threw for 304 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, got the win. He's SEC made, and I think he's a tough, gritty quarterback. He's gonna thrive in the SEC, and I think he's gonna lead Georgia to an SEC championship. And I think overall, I mean, that's just going to win him the Heisman. He's going to be the quarterback of one of the best teams in the country, and he's going to do it with his arms and his legs, which a lot of Heisman quarterbacks have done in the past. In the SEC, if you're trying to go talent for talent with Texas, you can't do that. Texas has the most talented team in the SEC. They have the best team in the SEC. If you want to beat this Texas team, you have to do it mentally. You have to do it in their heads. And I think the team that can get in Texas heads the most is the Texas A&M Aggies. They have a solid team this year. They just dropped their last 2 games against ranked opponents, but they've been having a solid season so far. And we saw this last year when A&M came into Gregory Gym, beat a very solid Longhorn team. And I just think you can't just mentally, the rivalry, A&M can beat Texas head to head, which is why I think they can beat Texas in the SEC. I don't think they're going to do it, but I think they have the best shot.
You know what?
Yeah, Kansas City is obviously a great pick. They have the history to back it up. But I think their division is super tough this year. I could see them dropping some games in division and making that a little bit iffy if they make the playoffs. I'm going to go with a team that has a much weaker division, the Houston Texans, 0-2 to start the season. But the people in their division, you got the Jaguars who look better. I mean, the Colts who look better as well. And the Titans, but I don't know if those teams are gonna be able to keep it up the rest of the season. The Texans have offensive weapons. They have Nico Collins, Nick Chubb, Christian Kirk, who hopefully comes back soon. And then I like some of their defensive guys like Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, and I just think C.J. Stroud will not continue to play this bad. I just don't see it. There's no way. We saw what he did in his first year. How is he gonna keep playing this bad? I don't think he will. I think the Texans have the best chance to win a division out of the teams that go 0-2 to start the season.
Gonna go first.
Yeah, week 1, last year, this team was, in my opinion, the best offense in the league. The Detroit Lions, week 1, they really didn't impress. They had under 300 yards of offense, only scored 13 points against the Packers, who, in fairness, have a good defense. But I was a little worried about them. Were they Ben Johnson merchants or not? But they came back this week, scored, I think, 52 points against the Chicago Bears. I'm pretty sure they had over 500 yards of offense. 2 receivers over 100 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs also had over 100 yards. They proved they weren't Ben Johnson merchants, funny enough, against Ben Johnson. And they're showing that they're still an offense to be afraid of and a contender in the NFC. Yeah, this team still technically has hope to make the playoffs, but they're not going to make the playoffs. Looks pretty over for them. It's the Texas Rangers. Their pitching this year was the best in the league. It was first in runs allowed, first in OPS against, second in batting average against. I think they're the second fewest errors as well, and they wasted it. They couldn't hit a baseball if they had a tennis racket. and it's just, it's it's just embarrassing. It's abysmal. You cannot waste a season like that where you have the best rotation in the league, a solid bullpen. You had maybe Nathan Eovaldi's best season of his career. Jacob deGrom turned back the clock. You had guys like Jack Leiter show up, and you wasted it. You wasted it. You cannot waste a pitching season like that because pitching wins championships, and they did, and that's just embarrassing, and that's why they're just a disappointing season for them.